Two of the main things that that I'm usually interested in exploring through music in my musical practice, and more specifically through composition, are one, how can we explore the relationship between us as humans with with other non-human beings like plants, like other animals, like fungi, or even spaces and ideas, and how can we shape them in a way that feels less hierarchical, less like the human is speaking. The other ones are more like just responding to things. They're kind of like deprived from agency and from personhood. So that's something I'm very interested in exploring through music, which is probably a weird medium to do it, but I've found very interesting things. And the second one is exploring memory, particularly collective memory, through music, music composition. They came to be really important aspects of my work, I guess because they just have always been very important in my life. I've always been very interested in how we relate to others, whatever they are, whoever they are, whenever we relate to them, and also why do we, as humans and as societies, have chosen to put ourselves at the center of everything, where I think that's actually one of the biggest mistakes that humans have made. So I'm interested in how art in general and music can give different perspectives on what it is to listen to others and to speak to others that usually we wouldn't be speaking to. And in terms of collective memory, I also think that that's one of the central ways in which we relate to the world. That's kind of like how we construct the world through memory, and how we construct ourselves too. The piece I'm writing for Fonema is part of the series of works called Bestiario, which is the Spanish word for bestiary, which is usually textual compendium of different kinds of animals, whether real or imaginary. And in this cycle of pieces, what I'm trying to do is to compose a piece with an animal, especially an imaginary animal. And these animals are usually discovered through different sounds that I'm interested in, and then they're kind of built like a character in a novel or a short story until they're like well built enough to have agency, and then I kind of just follow them compositionally. It's kind of like a weird psychological exercise, but has really changed my perspective on what it means to listen and to collaborate, even with a non-human being, or a non-human being channeled through my human imagination. So in this particular work, it's the first time that I actually tried to collaborate with an animal that does exist. I don't think I want to say what animal it is, because I don't want people to, I don't know, have a preconception of it, but it's an animal that I'm very, very fond of, and I've always been fascinated about its musical talent and characteristics, particularly when it comes to microtones and micro rhythms. Is just fascinating what this animal, especially a large group of these animals, can produce. So I'm trying to not imitate that, but trying to learn from what this animal is doing, and then write this piece, kind of like with that animal as a teacher in a way. So in that sense, it's very different from the other bestiario pieces. I have been wondering, like, well, for a long time, but perhaps more recently, about how does music fit with the things that I'm interested regarding ecology and everything that relates to ecology. Um, like, it's not a human-centered field or world, but it's a world in which we humans participate, and where everything that we are and that we do and that we think we are really has a lot of impact. So I've been thinking about how does music even fit here, and at first I really thought it was kind of useless, but I realized that at least for me, it has really always contributed a lot in how I understand the world and how I shape it and how I get to experience many things in life. Many times I've been asked if I think that my works can really help people relate differently, I don't know, for example, to animals or to an idea, to historical event, to plants. And the question is that I don't know. I don't think so. But it has helped me change the ways in which I see these things and I relate to them. It has served as kind of like a field where I explore these ideas in a way in which, I don't know, things like conversations or books cannot really reach. It's like a different area of the brain, I think. Yeah, that's something that I've been really interested in, how music ever fits in things that clearly feel beyond it.